Hi, and welcome back to the Inside of My Head, where I'm in the middle of Mechagodzilla month. And what with news breaking that GvK 2 is in the works and to be released in 2024, I believe, I've started contemplating what that's actually going to look like and what I would want to see. Now, this isn't just going to be a list of villains, okay? It's too easy just to make videos of like, this villain, that villain, this villain. Although I might add in the odd one, I wanted to focus on what's actually going to make this the best possible movie. Because I do worry that if the release date is going to be as soon as 2024, there's not a lot of room for error. And I really hope that they're not rushing it. So let's talk about the premise first. First up, we need to get a really good reason for these two guys to fight again. With the truce that was called at the end of the first movie, there was a kind of status quo achieved, where they divided up the world between them, and where Godzilla became the king of the overworld and Kong became the king of Hollow Earth. So it's going to take something huge to upset that balance and put them head to head again. I wonder if they might flip the roles as well, like how in the first movie the plot was more seen through Kong's eyes, and Godzilla came off being the more aggressive one. Mainly because for a lot of the movie you didn't know why he was behaving the way he was. He just seemed to have gone apeshit. So it's possible that they might flip that and have Kong doing weird shit. But why would he do that, you ask? And that's a good question. So I wondered if Kong is going to discover something in Hollow Earth, like something that shows him the downfall of the Kong race at the hands of the Gojira, which would give us the perfect opportunity to explore the Titan War. And whatever that is angers him and prompts him to get revenge on the last member of the Gojira species. Of course, there's always the Zozla Halawa story, and this is the way that I'm hoping it's gonna go. Here's where we would get to see the story that Mia tells about the Iwi legend in the long ago time, where a Gojira ate a falling star and it gave him the atomic breath ability and the ability to fly and made him super evil. It definitely let him fly, right? Or did I didn't just dream that, did I? Maybe our Godzilla is exposed to this same fallen star, goes apeshit, and that's what prompts them to fight again. I think that without a really good reason for these two to start fighting again, the whole thing's gonna feel really, really weak. So here's hoping they get that right. Next up, I would love to see the return of Alan Jonah. I think that overall GvK did a really good job of balancing the humans and the monster plot elements with, sure, the humans still did stupid human stuff, annoying stuff, you know. But as far as monster movies go, I could just about live with it. The one character that I would want to see more of, though, is this guy. Even if it's just to explain his backstory. The next thing I would want to see, and I've talked about this plenty on the channel previously, but I would want to see the Titan War. Like, if there was ever an opportunity to explore the generational rivalry between these two species, it's in this movie, isn't it? I mean, surely. Okay, actually, I am going to talk about villains, because the next entry on the list is a classic Toho villain. GvK's version of Mechagodzilla was so good that I'm really kind of hoping that they do the same again. Like, I don't particularly like it when sequels just reskin the same old shit, but in this case, I think I'd be alright with it. And I know that before the release of GvK, I was all like, oh, all they're doing is rehashing the Batman v Superman template and forcing them to join forces when a bigger bad shows up. But actually, in GvK, it worked really well. Yeah. And if they do a good job of re-envisioning, let's say, Space Godzilla, it'll do the job very nicely for me. For me, Space Godzilla is the obvious choice. I'd love to see Kong fighting against Godzilla, who's been turned evil by the fallen star, then finally free his mind from whatever that radioactive rock is, then for an actual Space Godzilla to land on Earth, perhaps looking for the power of the rock or something, and that would be absolutely aces. Now, whether this Space Godzilla takes the form of like the classic Space Godzilla, or whether they come up with a Mechagodzilla that has lots of elements of Space Godzilla, I think I'd be alright with it either way. Oh no, my computer crashed again. Oh no, it didn't. Next up, the return of Mechagodzilla. Yes, this is a crazy long shot, but wouldn't it be cool if they brought him back, Terminator 2 style, reformatted as a good guy this time? Come with me if you want to live. Perhaps to fight the next thing that I would want to see, and that is Mechagodzilla. Okay, so I know I wasn't going to talk that much about villains, and I've actually spent half the video talking about villains, but you know, hey, life's a paradox. Now, with Ghidorah being the principal villain of King of the Monsters, but also taking over Mechagodzilla in GvK, it could be that the producers continue this trend and this thread and have Ghidorah take on yet another form of evil in Mechagodzilla. First appearing in Godzilla vs King Ghidorah in 1991, this was another anti-Titan weapon created by humans to fight a rampaging Godzilla. Basically, a Futurian called Emi Kano went to the future Bring me back some future M&M's. Cybernetically enhanced Ghidorah and brought him back in an even more powerful guy. Now, I'm pretty sure they won't be introducing time travel into the MonsterVerse. At least I hope they won't, because I think that would make it just all too crazy. But it's possible that with at least one Ghidorah skull still surviving the events of GvK, that Rensorizawa returns after surviving the electric shock from the mind control device and uses Simmons' vast wealth and remnants of Mechagodzilla to create another unholy Ghidorah cyborg. Would that be cool, or would that be cool? Let me know in the comments. Those are your only two options. Do it, do it, do it, do it. No, but seriously, a more interesting question. If your mom was off to the shops, but like in the future, what would you want her to bring you back? Infinite wishes. Oh, where are my meds? Where are my meds? Who's hidden my meds? But seriously, I'm going sports almanac. Either that or nanobots. Like, could you just pick us up a little jar of nanobots? Like, no, the blue ones. The ones in the blue packet. Because they're scented. Because they might be going up my nose. What do you care? I'm an adult now. I can do what I want.